okay, so the teeth are in the eyes, right? So
Who is this person? Do we know? You don't want to say?
I can't really say because she's actually mentally ill, and like this would really throw her off the edge.
Oh,
and
well,
like,
now you know who it is.
and
Whoever
like,
you are watching.
and you know,
this.
like woman abuse. Whatever. So, but what I would do, because her whole thing is she like always would tell people that I'm a bad person, that I'm racist, that I'm this, that I'm that.
Oh.
So what I would do is I would have a knife to her throat, and I would make her say the most fucked up, awful, racist, sexist, whatever shit, homophobic shit. Yeah, I would make her say that shit and be like, if you don't say it, I'm going to slice your neck. And then she'd say it, and then I'd rip her tongue out and be like, that's the last thing you ever said.
That's good.
That's some dark ass shit.
Good shit, though.
That's some dark ass shit.
That's some
and be
good
like,
shit.
you just left this planet with some hate, bitch.
Yeah.
And then so I took her, tongue out. She can't say anything.
Yeah.
Right? So then that's when I put my whole hand in her jaw, in her mouth.
From backwards,
and then I just start
like that?
wiggling. And then I just start breaking. But I don't want to rip it off because I don't want her to die yet.
Just like massive
I just want,
TMJ. Like,
you know, like that noise.
I don't like that
Cracky,
noise.
cracky.
Yeah.
And then I just wiggle, and then that final crack. So now it's just swinging open.
Oh,
And
just gaping.
Just gaping open.
Ready to be blusted in.
Ready to be busted. So then I would lay her down on the couch. A very uncomfortable IKEA. Something very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
hard
futon.
surface. Futon.
Not good.
Bed bugs. I would just
all
make
day.
it real gross. Then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, I guess I would rip off every single fingernail.
Like
Like
pliers.
one by one. No, with my fingers.
Ooh,
Like
you must have some like
rip.
grip.
Like keep going. Use my teeth. Like it's a beer bottle. And then like after I've gotten all the fingernails off,
Oof.
I would start chewing on them. Because you know when your fingernail comes off after you like slam it in a door and you touch that skin, it's so tender.
Oh, I'm a nail biter girl.
Oh,
These are pressed on this
so
morning,
tender.
please.
Now imagine that tender finger with my fucking big teeth chomping on them.
Ouch, that's a lot of nerve endings right there. That's gonna hurt. And know what you should do is like Tabasco sauce or like something like vinegar to where it's really like, you know when you ever get lemon juice on a cut or something? Just to make it sting.
I was thinking also like getting like a big vat of like acid
Yeah.
and like a dropper. Girls at 12.
Yeah.
Oh, shove a cock in my mouth, like all this stuff.
Okay.
And I see the tweets, and then I meet them in person, and they'll like grab my butt, and I'll hear them like, I touched his ass. Oh, I want him to fuck my pussy or whatever. But then I think about it. And I'm like, okay, should I call them on their bluff? Like, what if a fan comes up and they're like 12? It's about to get real. They're like 12, and they're like, "Ooh, Shane, I want to fucking suck my dick and suck my pussy or whatever." And then what if I looked at them, and what if I was like, "All right," and I gave them a hotel key, and I'm like, "Let's fucking do it." Would they go through with it?
Would they show up?
Also,
that needs to be a video.
If
I
they
feel
lay
like
down.
you would get arrested though.
Well, no,
like,
no.
For even,
but
You would never let it get to that point.
Well, but here's the point I let it get to.
everyone before everyone gets offended. Just
This is all hypothetical,
complete
so calm
hypothetical.
down.
Yeah,
Chill out,
just
Lacey Green.
chill.
Shane's here.
So
okay?
I lay, say it, she lays down, right? She's 12.
my
Imagine
God.
if your 12-year-old self, go back in your brain,
God.
right? You were probably in love with what, Joey Fatone? I feel like that's a good match for me. I'm like the Joey Fatone of now. Like kind of
Justin
fat,
Taylor
hairy.
Thomas.
Joey wishes.
Yeah. So imagine like you're laying your 12-year-old self, and then a fucking hairy Shane Dawson with his fucking hairy man body, 26, fucking crawls up on the bed. And's like, all right, let me get my cock out. Like that's the scariest thing, and that's actually the Grudge. That's the scariest thing in the whole world. Right? So I want these kids to know,
Actually, The Grudge.
sex with me is gross as fuck. It's disgusting. You don't want
my
it. Stop
God.
asking for it.
I mean, now that you say that, it's actually a really great point because I
Yeah.
don't think that they actually like think
about
about what it would be like.
No, of course
What?
they
To
don't.
have
Of
sex
course they
with, like,
don't.
a full-grown
they
adult?
put you on a separate earth. They're like, you're on a pedestal. I can say that because it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
real. I don't really think about it. It's just they
Right.
idolize.
Like
you.
sex with Cameron Dallas is probably sweet and cute and like sex with a hairless cat. Sex with me is like sex with a Saint Bernard who's wet and sweaty and fucking hairy and just a hairy shaft and it's just fucking gross and like come on. Like you don't want that. Have your standards higher. But I guess they'd be like, but I love you, Shane. It's like making love. It's like, no, it's still not worth it.
I have a kind of a good story, I think, about him. So, okay, it was like 5 years ago. I haven't even talked to him about this. It was like 5 years ago, and he followed me on Twitter. And he's like, oh, I saw your Fred is Dead video. I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. And then he goes, so do you want to like talk on AIM? I didn't have an AIM, but I said yes, and I made one. And then we started talking, and I was maybe 19, and he was probably like, honestly, like 15, I don't know. And he was just like, yeah, you live in LA? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where? And I was like, North Hollywood. He's like, oh, I'm here right now. I'm like at a hotel, and I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah, we should like hang out. It was like 1 in the morning. I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, isn't that kind of weird though? And he's like, no, it's cool. It's just my sister, and she's cool with anything. She's asleep. I was like, what's happening? So I told my mom, who was like watching Nancy Grace. I was like, Mom, I think Fred is trying to fuck me. And my mom's like, I'll drive. And I was like, yeah, okay, that YouTube Monty. So then I was just like setting up them hangout. And then I said something. I made like a really, really gross joke about like blowing him or something because I thought it was going there.
Right.
And then he blocked me. And blocked me on Twitter. Blocked me on everything.
Wow.
Deleted every tweet he had sent me. And I was just like, I went too far. We never talked about it. And then I met him 3 years later and it was cool. And now it's like this weird thing where we're friends, but I want to be like, were you trying to fuck me?
Yeah.
Also, were you trying to catch a predator? Like, what was happening?
Yeah, what was going on?
I don't know. And then he came out, so I guess maybe.
And he did, so maybe he was.
I don't know.
Now, that would be like some super meta YouTube stuff if y'all started to get together.
Oh.
I mean, just think of all that. Look at the Shane Dawson's YouTube orgy.
Oh my God.
I made a whole joke about, okay, so you know like when you're in a room full of people and you're like testing the waters?
First of all, you are never in a room full of people.
This weekend, bitch, San Francisco. When you're in an orgy, when you're in a room full of people and you're testing the waters, see like how offensive you can get. So like my go-to is always spit roasting a baby.
Okay.
So that's like my go-to.
How do you deliver that in a scene? Like, you're like, who wants to spit roast a baby?
Done. And like if they laugh, then I'm good.
Do you have like a prop baby with you?
No, that's too real. I just mentioned like, okay, for example, like you see a baby it's gonna get really weird. Like you're hanging out with people, right? And then, like, okay, for example, I'm at my friend's house. His whole family's there, all their nieces and nephews, all these little kids. Right? And this little boy and this little girl run by and they're naked. So like I'm with my friend, I'm with like this another guy, and then I just like look at the kids like, damn. And then look back at my friend, I'm like, you see that? Just to like test to see if they get the joke.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his kid. I didn't know.
Oh, that's not funny. No. Daddy's gonna knock you out.
But the best was Daddy laughed.
Okay, so he's a cool dude.
I know, but I feel like I'm surrounded by people that are fucked up. Like Sean, our mutual friend Sean.
Yeah.
He, had a baby.
Just had a baby.
Sent me a picture of the baby, and literally texted me. I wonder if I still have it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hold on, let me see if I have it.
He had to go to one of those like parenting classes and had a workbook, and he went by himself. And in his workbook, he's like writes, like if it's like swaddle your baby for 5 days, and he's like, I'm not trying to swaddle that fucking dick, or like he was even in his workshop making fucking weird comments.
He said, holy shit, I'm a dad, and he sent me a picture of his baby, which just popped out the pussy.
I was there,
fresh, right?
I was there 5 a.m. at the fucking hospital.
Fresh.
I don't wake up that early for nobody.
And then I said, oh my God, I love him. I love him so much. And then. And then he wrote back, thanks, dude, so much. You can have your way with him after his 4th birthday. Before that, it's my turn.
Like what?
These are the people I surround myself with.